Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Zen, and we are back in here in another video. And I'm gonna just get directly into it. And today's topic, we're gonna talk about how to beat depression. Now, I know a lot of people have been dealing with depression for a long time. Some resort to, either drinking, some resort to either substance abuse, or some resort to just ending themselves. I'm gonna show you different methods on how to beat depression and how to use it to your advantage to become a better person. Now, method one is exercise. So a lot of people think, oh, you're depressed, you don't want to do anything. That's how I felt. Like, if you're depressed, if you're down, if you're melancholy, you don't want to do anything. You don't feel like it. You're like, you know what, fuck this, whatever. I'm not trying to do nothing. I just want to lay in this bed and stay in my head all day. No, force yourself to get up and actually start exercising. Start doing it even though you may not want to. The reason why is because the demons that are inside of you during that depressed time will come forward. And if they come forward, guess what? You know how to handle them, and you know how to cast them out. And while you're doing that, you're sitting there, that vacancy that they leave will be flooded with something positive. Okay? Like, for example, when my dogs had passed away, I didn't feel like doing anything. I didn't feel like, I just wanted to lay in the bed. I was sleeping more. I was sleeping late. That's not something that I usually do. I'm usually up around 8 o'clock every morning. I was always active. So when they passed on, I was just like, I didn't feel like doing anything. I didn't want to upload any videos. I didn't want to, play games, anything like that. But I forced myself to get up and started exercising, started, doing more family oriented things, playing games with my younger brother, joking and laughing, forcing myself to be positive despite the fact that I was grieving, So what I did with that negative energy, I started converting it into something positive. I also began to pray more as well. And while I was sitting there doing all that, I was exercising, can't go to the gym because I can't drive because, blindness. But what I did was I was exercising. I got these 2 homemade weights in here. So I started using that a whole lot more. And as I began to do that, I was like, you know what? This can help. Another method that I'm talking about is you can start praying more. Yeah, like you don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to be associated with any religion to believe in God or worship Him. You can start praying more. You can start going into the scriptures. There are some motivational scriptures in which you can read to help you during your time of depression. Like, a lot of people really don't understand how powerful that actually is. And I'll give you one as an example here. Just give me one moment. Just give me a second. But I'll give you an example. Like, if you read, for example, Corinthians 12, chapter 9, verse 10, it says, "And he said to me, my grace is enough for you, for my power is made complete in what is feeble. Most gladly then will I take pride in my feeble body, so that the power of Christ may be on me. So I take pleasure in being feeble." So the power. There we go. In unkind words, in needs, in cruel attacks, in troubles on account of Christ. For when I am feeble, then I am strong. Basically, what that means is, during times of weakness, for example, if you're depressed or melancholy or just feeling down, start praying more. Because at that time when you're feeling weak and you start attempting worldly vices, drugs, sex, alcohol, anything like that, guess what? Demons come in, and that's when you start doing things that you have no business. So start praying more. Start doing positive things, like going out, even if it's going for a walk around the block, even if it's just sitting in a park. Start doing that, because you're filling yourself with positive energy. You're allowing God to come in and basically fill up the empty reservoir that is your emotions. Like, you want to sit there, you want to have that, because not only is it fulfilling mentally, it's also fulfilling spiritually, and it can pull you out of that depressed state. You don't have to sit there and go sit up in church all day and do nothing like that. No, you can sit there, you can exercise, you can sit there, you can even play some video games, you can even, you can craft, you can perform art. That's what I did when I was still feeling depressed, or like, when I'm still feeling down, because I don't like using the word depressed. That's not a word that's really in my vocabulary. I just started, sculpting again. That's what I did. I really started sculpting. I started creating things while I was in that melancholy state. And you know what happened? It turned out much more beautifully than I anticipated. And that's what you can do. For example, whenever you start doing something, force yourself to do it, especially when you're depressed, because not only your mind is taking that depressed energy and it's converting it into something positive. So now, if you're depressed about something and you're constantly working, you're constantly doing something, guess what? That depressed energy is being converted to something positive. It becomes out much better than what you anticipated, and you see positive results. So for example, you take that depressed energy from out of yourself, convert it back into positive energy and put it within yourself. Guess what? Boom, you come out a better person than when you went in. For example, you start exercising and you want to lose some weight. Boom, you come out slimmer and leaner than when you went in, or you come out with a much uplifted spirit than when you went in. This is some of the ways of how to handle depression. You can do all this, and it's funny, all these ways are free. You don't have to consult a doctor. You don't have to, get strung out on opioids or dope or drugs, anything like that. You don't have to sit there and become an alcoholic. You don't have to do any of that. Because all those feelings are only temporary, and then when you come off of them, you're gonna have to face that reality again. So instead of just running away from it, and instead of just be like, oh, I can't do this, I can't handle it. No, start saying, I can handle it. What a lot of people don't realize is your words have much more power than you realize. They really do. Like, they have a whole lot more power than people understand. So it's be like, if your mind is like, I can't, no, change that. Flip it around. Be like, I can, I will, I'm going to, it's happening. Take command over your depressed state and use it to your benefit to make it into something positive. Convert it. Because I guarantee you're going to be like, you know what? Thank God not only did I allow God to come in and strengthen me, but I also allowed him to allow him to allow me to become better. So I just wanted to make that video. I did make another one, but I didn't like how it came out. So yeah, you guys will never see that. But please like, share, comment, and subscribe so people can see more of this content. So I'm up in the YouTube algorithm, because I definitely want the channel to grow, and the only way for that to happen is because of you guys. So until then, I will see you guys in the next video.